Y'all, I am just so grateful to God. I'm just so amazed at Him. This video is called It's the Little Things. And I'm reminded of, us ladies when we get into relationships and we always talking about guys and what they do or don't do. We're like, it's just the little things. It would just do the little things. It would just show that I'm appreciated. It makes me feel loved. Those things are so much more important to me than these big grandiose gifts and stuff, even though we still like those, but you know what I'm talking about. And so this morning I was just reminded about that because, sometimes we just take for granted the little things when it comes to God, like Him just waking us up, Him keeping us, protecting us. We'll get through a whole day maybe not even thank Him for anything, but if you think about it, you don't know what He protected you from or any of those things. So I've been making it my regular routine to, within the first hour or so when I get up, to make sure that I'm spending some time with God. Some days are shorter than others, some days are longer than others, but every single day I'm making sure that I do that, right? And so the Lord just really honored that. I walked, my son had left for school, and I walked into the kitchen. I was going to get ready, some breakfast for my youngest daughter, and saw he had left his lunch on the kitchen counter. So right now, I don't have a vehicle, and my oldest son and I are sharing a car, and his shift changed a little bit, so he doesn't get home till a little later in the morning, after the kids go off to school. So I was like, oh, let me go ahead and walk to this bus stop. I mean, almost as soon as I left out of my house, I didn't even get to the corner. My neighbor calls me and she's like, Jennifer, do you need a ride? You need a ride? Where you going? You going to the bus stop? Because she saw my son's lunch bag in my hand, and I'm pretty sure she saw him walking out. She's one of the older ladies in the neighborhood. She's always home and she knows everything that's going on. So I said yes. And as soon as I got up to the bus stop, as soon as she let me out, I'm handing my son his lunchbox. There's the bus. If I'd have walked out, I missed him. And it may seem like a very small thing to everybody else, but it just reminds me that God is for me. He's watching out for me. He is keeping me and my children. It seems like such a small thing, but it was a very big thing to me. I was so happy about it. I was just thanking God over and over and over again. It's just the little things are so important. They are, because those things add up. When you think about all the things you can thank God for during the day, it's kind of hard to dwell on the bad things. If you're actively choosing to thank Him, to look for the good, you're going to see less of the bad. It's like a mind shift, change of perspective. So, another thing that I thought about in this situation was how far I've come, because I was definitely one of those people who didn't ask for help, who wouldn't accept help. I was like, I can do it by myself. I've been doing it by myself. And not necessarily always in like a haughty way or a mean way, but just like, don't extend yourself from me. I can do it. You don't have to worry about it. My two legs work. I can walk. You don't have to give me a ride. I don't even really know you. That's the old Jennifer. But I took that ride and I was grateful because, like I said, if I hadn't, I would have missed out. So it was another lesson in that for me today as well, that humility is important. You never know what will come on the other side of that. So just be encouraged, y'all. Remember that, it's not always the big things, but it's the small things that matter too. And He loves you. He cares for you. And when we make time for Him, He'll show us who He is in the most interesting situations or interesting ways. So be encouraged. He is for you. He is for you.